I'm making this vid and I have to behave myself. I have to be respectful. But when the fuck is it going to be peace between us? I just don't understand the sort of person you've become. I don't understand why you haven't decided to face break up with me. I can take it. I don't understand why you haven't tried to talk to me or make peace. I mean, how many years do you gotta drag this on for? You know your partner chats up other women, and I've got evidence of that. You know your partner doesn't love you. He makes an engagement a joke. And I don't know why you're with somebody like that when you know that you can't fully trust them. I've always loved you. And what you don't understand, what other people don't understand is I put up with so much for not just the 6 years that I was with you, but the first time around. It's not my fault that your family has to interfere with everything we did. You know, when I first met you, you were so shy. You were like a puppet on a strings. And then the moment your male friend got out of your life, you had freedom to go and do whatever you wanted. Travel, try things you've never tried, done things, meet your father. And you were truly happy. You had everything you've ever wanted. A partner that can drive you around, take you places, fly you to Melbourne, fly you to Sydney. You had jewelry, you had clothes, you had freedom. You didn't have to be in your house all day. You got to live like a queen here. Look, I can understand things are not perfect. But there was so much good and love in both our hearts. We looked after each other when we were sick. We'd cook for each other. I would help you clean your house, even though that it wasn't my responsibility. You told me so many times you didn't like going back to your house because of the sister you were living with. You always said to me, you know, you wanted a house of your own. You wanted freedom. You continue your life the way it was before me. Your ex has even told me he couldn't even make it work. And he even said to me, it doesn't matter if it's him or me or the next guy or the next guy. When your family consistently interfere and they've got you under watch 24/7, that's not how you live your life. You know, if I was the person that I am today when I was dating you, you'd be so happy. I did exactly everything you told me to do. And you wanted me to change, you wanted me to become a better person, and I did. I seeked and got help. I have no anger in me whatsoever. I'm disappointed of your choice of partner, but I don't think you chose that because I think you were forced into that for some strange reason. Look, I've always wanted you happy. I've always wanted you to have the freedom so you can do whatever you like. But if you stay the course that you're going, you get to 40 or 45 if you make it. And you'll look back and go, shit, maybe me and Andre should have gotten help. Maybe we should have tried. Maybe we should have had closure. Look, I've said from day one with all my friends, number one, not to contact you. Number two, I didn't fully blame you for what happened last year through the court stuff because I think that it was mostly got to do with your parents. Don't get me wrong, I'm very disappointed that you couldn't pick up a phone and call the police station like you said you would and drop everything and get it all sorted and done with. Maybe it wasn't just your doing, maybe it was your step-parents doing, I don't know. You never got to explain to me why you did the things you did. You never explained to me why you didn't pick up a phone and say, hey, how you going? I'm struggling so much lately. And people are blaming you for everything that's happened. And I've said to them, it takes two to tango. Look, I don't like what I did over there. But for 6 years, I was putting up with so much and you didn't stand up for me. You know, it's not just, the birthday, your first birthday where I wasn't even allowed to come because family were invited. It wasn't just that. It was the fact that even when I came to your place, your sister made me feel uncomfortable and you didn't stand up for me and say, hey, this is your house, the nights I had to park, on the streets, in the driveway because of your sister. She controls you over anybody. Why don't you have your own house with no sister, no partner, just you and your cats? Then you can have a clean house, then you can have whatever you want. But you need to understand that you can only push someone so far, and you kept, that very day, just kept pushing and pushing. I straight out said to you, look, I will help you with your favour for your mum. I clearly stated that. But I said, I only just got home, I was just waiting to calm down, and I was going to take you. I even said, look, give me an hour, and I'll take you. I said that, and you keep pushing and pushing and pushing. You're blocking the TV, you're trying to drag me off the bed. What the hell do you expect? I quote one of your friends when you hit your friend's boyfriend, and your female friend said, do you always do that? And you said, yeah. And your friend said, you shouldn't be doing that. I know I was mucking around with her boyfriend, but she didn't like that. And just think, that was her boyfriend, right? She didn't have to go through 6 years of that. When you poke the bear is going to go back. Look, no one should lay a finger on anyone in a relationship. I'll straight out say that to anybody. But you can't expect someone just to sit there and be tormented for a couple of hours. You knew I was going to go do that favour for your mum, even though I shouldn't have to, but I was going to. And how many times did your mum just keep interfering? And that day, I just wanted to take you out for a nice lunch. And then when you said, no, you're not very hungry, but then you turn around and go, oh, but I'll have a burrito instead, I was like offended because I wanted to buy you something nice. I've always wanted what's best for you. I've always wanted the nice things for you. I don't just spend 10 grand on jewelry just because I don't, I just want to throw away my money. I did it because I loved you. I did it because I wanted to show you that I can give you everything you want. It's not about material stuff. It's not about where people live. We had something really sweet and beautiful, and I don't understand the fact that you can't even grow up and say, hey, look, we need to talk, Andre. I hate when you talk about me on all your YouTube vids. I hate how you talk about me in my live stream. Well, like I said, you don't know a lot because, like I said, me and your partner will never be friends. We'll never break bread together because I know the real sort of person he is now, and I've got evidence to back that up 100%. If you could only check his inboxes, you'd be very shocked what you'd see from other women. I mean, I thought, maybe your partner would be a very faithful guy. Maybe he might be loyal. Until, he started flirting with one of my friends. And even she said to me, that was so wrong of him. And I said, look, he'll always get away with it because, he can't do wrong by your parents. He can't do wrong. You know why he can't do wrong? Because everything that you and him do, he picks up the phone and he calls your mum and he calls your stepfather every time you do something. They know every single movement you've got. Why do you think that friend that I got rid of is back in your life? Another one to keep an eye on you. And I don't think that's right. I don't see why a 30-year-old woman should be watched 24/7. You had freedom with me. And you've got to understand, at the end of the day, you can't say that how's this? If we turn the scenario around, say you were in my shoes and my parents kept interfering and my parents made you feel bad and my family made you feel bad, how would that make you feel for 6 years? It's not nice. Now I know this vid's going to get to you, and I know that your partner watches my vids, because I said in one of my vids that if you could only see who he has on his Facebook friends list, and then suddenly he out of the bloom hides his Facebook friends. Yeah, as soon as I said it, I found that very interesting. I was just like, he's watching, and I know he watches, and he knows that he's not a nice guy, and he knows that him and the family are hiding a lot more than what you think. That's why they put him in the way, so I wouldn't talk to you ever again. But you have a right to know the truth. You have a right to know everything that's going on. And I can just imagine what they've said about me that are probably lies and bullshit. You know one thing about me. No matter how bad something is, I fucking tell the truth. And I don't hold back. You know that because you've dated me for 6 years. You know that I don't put up with shit. You know that I tell it like it is. But I just don't understand how you can let people control your life. And, so what I'm asking is, how long does this have to drag on before you pick up the phone and catch up? I mean, obviously, it's not a good idea if your partner comes, because you know he'll just get violent and hit me. And he'll lose his job and he'll go to jail. If that's what you want, that's what will happen to him. Because like I said, I don't believe in violence, but your partner disagrees with that. Considering he keeps telling people that if he sees me, he's going to bash me in the streets. He's going to cut my throat. Yeah, you want to be with someone like that. And the fact that, a lot of people have messaged him, and his behaviour towards women is absolutely disgusting. Not just flirting with women, but the fact that he threatens them. You see, when I had female friends or women messaging me, I never called them the C word. I never called them any names. You would be surprised what he says behind your back. And your family are all for it. I mean, they have him all on Facebook. Isn't that interesting that every member almost your family is on his Facebook? Especially your sisters. Don't you see something happening here? I would never add the sisters you were living with. Hell no. But he does, obviously, because he likes the look of the one you were living with before. I'm just saying that, and my friends will see this, you will see this, he will see this, your family will see this, because somehow my vids spread very quickly when it's about you. I want peace. I want closure. I don't care if you ever talk to me again afterward, but I think me and you need to talk and have closure and peace. And that's the most mature thing two adults can do. I don't like your partner. I think he's rude. I think he's disgraceful. I think he's a pig. And I thought you wouldn't rush into a relationship so quickly within 3-4 months. Especially when you don't know the guy like other people do. I know you've always said you never want to be alone. But this is not the way to rush into things. We've had time apart. You cannot throw away 6 years. And I won't. I find you attractive, despite what others say. I don't care about your weight. Oh, and believe me, I've been with a bit bigger girls than you since. But I made that promise when I said I wouldn't have a girlfriend, because I haven't. I may have hooked up with different girls, but I said I would stay out of a relationship. You know why? Because when you've been in a relationship for 6 years, you don't just jump into another one. 3 months it took you. Was it January, February, March, April? I just don't understand it. In all honesty, you don't show that you're in love with him as much as think. I know you want to be with me. I know that you want to talk to me. I know deep down that's how you feel. Because I want to talk to you too. I want to hang out and play Pokemon with you. I want to fucking, have a vegetarian or vegan meal with you. Don't push me, but I will. I'm sick of what my friends put me through. I'm sick of what they say about you and him. I'm sick of people. I've even seen you and him together one time at a shopping centre. How did I feel about it? It made me sick. I could have easily rushed up and talked, but I didn't. Because I respected your space. And I think what you need to realise is if I can hold back in the Botanical Gardens and I can hold back in a shopping centre, then surely that must mean to you that I've changed. I don't like this dragging on. And I thought you could stand up and prove to everyone that you're an adult. I don't think you can ever do that. Until you make that decision to close all this and have the book closed, you can't be an adult. You always made fun of people that don't stand up for themselves. You always made fun of people that won't grow up. But you're doing the exact same thing that you preach. And, I learned that how much pain it is without, you laying next to me, playing video games, going on movie dates. And believe me, going on movie dates since all this has happened, it's been hard. Yes, I travelled to Newcastle recently to see my best friend. And to be honest, I had a really lovely hotel room. I had a spa. I had the river next to me. But it didn't seem the same without you, because the last time I travelled was with you. I've got everything in life I've ever wanted. A good income, everything. But I don't have you or a decent partner. And I think that everyone said to you that since, me and you have stopped talking, I did drugs, I did smoke, I went off the deep end. I'll clear some things up. I didn't do drugs. I would be too scared, number one, to try them, let alone touch them. I drink a lot. I will not deny that. Just to forget the pain and pass out. But, I had a puff a couple of times of a cigarette. But I don't like smoking. I don't do drugs. Never. I won't touch them. The night where you and your friend, I video chatted on was it a video chat or a live stream? I can't remember. I think it was a live stream. And I was losing my marbles and I shaved my head bald. Your friend or you would have thought I was on drugs. No, I was just a drunk idiot. Just being honest. The reason why I was so upset is because, look, it doesn't matter what my hair is. Okay, it doesn't matter. I was so hurt because I thought that you would do the right thing. I thought, all this stuff would be over. I had to go through half a year of worrying if I was going to be losing my license, how much money I would lose if I get a record. I didn't lose my license. No charges, no convictions, no record, no nothing. But $2,000 in fines, minimum. How could you do that to someone that you loved for 6 years? You didn't have to cough up any money. You didn't have to worry about losing your license because you don't have one. You didn't have to worry about all that stuff. I went through hell. I had beautiful friends come into my life, and I have a really lovely friend that in a heartbeat would be friends with you. She has a lovely partner and she has 2 beautiful kids, and if it wasn't for her and other people, I wouldn't be here. They are the reason why I'm alive. And when I left Newcastle and saw my friend, we both cried because She's been through the pain I've been through. And I really made a good friend for life. And I hope someday that if we do make peace, I can introduce you to her, because I have said good things about you to her. She's wanted to talk to you, but, you know, obviously you like the block button if you are on Facebook. But she even said, you know, you can't just throw away 6 years no matter what happened. I'm glad none of us cheated. That's a bonus. Was I tempted? Maybe one girl. The blonde girl, but never have I felt so loving and caring for one person in my whole life. But to end it the way we did, nah, it can't end like that. I mean, you saw me months later at the Botanical Gardens. I dressed in a suit just to impress you. I wanted to say that day, I love you and I miss you and I'm sorry. But I was told by your friends I wasn't allowed to say one word. Just to clear that up. And I know when I left you and I went around the corner, you had tears in your eyes. I saw it. You know how I was walking and I looked back for that last second and saw you, and I was just like, you know, I don't know if you remember it, but after I walked past you, I kept walking, but I turned around just that last minute just to see you, because I didn't know if that was going to be the last time I saw you again. And then a month later you have a boyfriend. That quick. And you didn't even technically break up with me while you were with that guy. You never once send me a text saying we've broken up, or you've never... And you always said to me, it's never a breakup unless you say it face to face, because a text could mean it's from anybody, and on the phone you could be forced to say something. You told me in your exact words that it has to be face to face, and you never done that. And that's why this chapter's not closed, because, oh yeah, we're just going to leave it the way we did in that shopping centre? No, not how it should end. And, you know, all my friends keep saying, you know, this should be closure, this should end, you should be friends. And they know exactly what happened. I left no detail up. They said, you know what, Andre, we can't blame you for reacting the way you did. I mean, how can you put up with that for 6 years? And then that day, how can you put up with that when, you know, you were getting, you know, she was poking you, literally, Andre. She was intimidating, like, antagonizing you. And I said, look, I let it drag on for so long, and this is breaking my heart to fucking say this, but why the fuck can it end like that? You know, if someone cheats on you, good way to end it. If someone, you know, tries to kill you, great way to end it. But have an ending. Like, have some sort of ending. Don't just end it because of what the police say, or don't end it but what parents say. Most mature adults end it themselves with no interference. I just don't understand a lot of things. Like, I don't understand why you couldn't pick up a phone and call the police station. I don't understand why you couldn't pick up the phone and talk to me. I'm saying if they have, your family or friends have something over you that's stopping you from reaching out to me, you got to stand on your own 2 feet. Whatever it is, whether it's a house, whether it's your cats, whether it's anything, I promise in this vid, whatever they're holding against you, I'll make up for. So if they're saying, you talk to me, you'll lose the house that you're living in and you'll lose your cats. Well, I'll tell you what, if they're going to do that, I'll get you a house for you and your cats. That's only fair. If it's something to do with money or cutting you off the family, well, then I'll make up for that. Because if parents really love their children, they do not use blackmail on them, they do not put anything over them. So that's why I'm saying this in this vid. If something like that is stopping you from contacting me, or, you know, making this not happen, run. I'm telling you, you know my address, you know what park's near me. If you have to take a taxi, if you have to get me to come up and pick you up, just do it. I don't care if you like put all 3 or 4 or 5 or how many cats you've got now in a cage so you can transport them. I'll pick you and the cats up and your belongings, and you can come back here and we'll work out something after that. Alright? I'm just saying that. If that's why the situation is, if that's what they have over you, then I'll accept you for your cats, I'll accept you for your baggage. You can chuck all of it here. Alright? If that's what's going on. Why has this video been so long for me to make? Because I've got other vids that are in line after this vid, but I needed to say this to all my friends, family, but you. I would like to be a man and do the right thing. You owe me that. I could have swore in this vid and gone, fuck this, fuck that, and you know, all that kind of stuff, but I just don't even really swear that much anymore. Yes, I hate your partner. Yes, I hate your family. That's no brains. But I don't hate you. I don't even dislike you. I'm just disappointed in you because you were doing so well. When you were on a normal diet with meat, you were losing weight. Vegetarian made you put on weight. And then you struggled. And then a vegan, you've put on more weight. You were doing so well. But then you make, you know, then you listen to other people and they interfere with your program, and you put it all back on. And I'm so disappointed seeing that. I saw you recently and I was like, just put on weight. She was doing so well. And you had a job. You were the manager of a store down the road because of my grandfather that got you the job there. You had everything. Your manager, you had everything given to you, and you threw it all away. And I don't know how you can just throw it all away. You loved it here. You'd probably love it more now that every room's been upgraded, but come see me. Come hang out with me. You're welcome at my place, always have been. And it'd be nice to hang out because I want to prove to Mum and Dad that you're a good person. I want to prove that, you know, you're understanding. I just want peace. And I just want closure. I don't want to see anyone in your family or your partner. I just want to speak to you. I want to know if you've heard rumors about me. Like, if someone said that I don't know how to use an example here, but maybe someone said to you, yeah, Andre wants to fucking meet you because he wants to beat you up, or he wants to fucking rape you, or I don't know, something like that. I don't know what people tell you, but then you don't know what people tell me. So this way we can get together and go, oh, I've heard this about you, or you've heard this about me, and then we could at least go, alright, that's not true. Because I've heard some things about you and I'm like, that's not even true. Like, I've heard stories about you where I've been like, nah. Unless you tell me, I don't believe what they're saying. And I think you've always said to me, unless it comes from the person's mouth themselves, it's never true. Anyone will say any bullshit after someone's broken up with someone. But with me, you know, every night I play my Pokemon, I study, I work on my job, I try to make an effort to achieve things in life. I try to make myself better. And every Saturday night, you know, we used to go out to Bonjono's at Norwood. You know, it used to be our thing. And now me and my dad go because, you know, I spend time with him and I shout one week, he shouts next, you know. I have that thing where, you know, I'm trying to be a better person. I don't judge people anymore. I support gay rights, transgender. I support everyone. Because everyone is different in this world. Everyone should be treated equally. Not because they like the same sex. Not because they, you know, born a man but want to be a woman. It's their business. Everyone has a right to live their own life. But how you live your life, it should be your choice to do what you want to do in life. This is not your life. It's what your mum and her partner think. It's what your family think. I've said this even when we were going out. It's not fair that they use you and they treat you like a child. I've tried so hard to stop that. You know I've tried. So yeah, I'm never been this right out front for a while in a vid, but I thought I'd tune and watch this vid, and I know that people are gonna hate me for making this vid, your family, your friends. But like I said in this vid, if there's something held against you, that's not how any person should live their life. And like I said, if it's something as drastic as losing your house that you live in, or your cats and all that, put them in a cage and bring them here, and we'll work out how to get a house. And you know, you can have your own house, you can have your own freedom to do what you want, and that's what I'm offering. So thank you all for watching this vid, whether you're on my Facebook or whether you're on my YouTube page. Check the 4 vids in the corner of your screen now on related subjects on this, and just, yeah, time to close the book, time to make peace, and yeah, I'm ready when you are.